Hello everybody, my name is Anday and welcome back to another video. Today, this video is gonna be -0 Godzilla, the sequel to the first movie. Even though the numbers don't make sense, because if it's -0, then it would be, then it would uh actually if there wasn't -0, that's not a real number. Pretty sure. Would it be before or in front of -1? It would be in front, right? Because it's mirroring the 0 that's already in the positive numbers, but the negative numbers, it's a minus, isn't it? It's a negative. Anyway, I really enjoyed that movie, as you all could probably tell. I made a top 10 or whatever list on it. You can go watch that. Come back, watch this. Oh, I did pretty good on that. I edited that on my phone. It made my phone crash like 7 times. But we're here today to watch this trailer. And I'm very excited. It's only 49 minutes. I mean, seconds. But I am pumped, as you guys can tell. I'm very excited! Godzilla -0 picks up in... Wait, I shouldn't read this beforehand. I should just watch it first. Okay. Of course, go check out the original description below. Go check out Toho. They make cool stuff like this. And we really appreciate that. We really appreciate them for, you know, continuing the Godzilla name for, I don't know how many. It's been 100? Close to 100? It's probably 100. So, yeah. Can't wait to get started. I don't know how to feel this. Yeah, go check out the original description below. We're going to be watching this together. In 3, 2, 1. Toho. Or, G-Kids. There's Toho. Okay.
If their operation fails, maybe we'll finally get to use it.
2 years, okay.
Abort third drop. Repeat. Abort third drop.
A new threat. Okay, who is it? Approaches. What? Ooh. Oh, how'd he get there? Oh, it's huge. Bro. I am speechless. What, wow. Okay, I thought, okay, the perspective shot is usually, okay, big thing in the background, little guy in the front to show how big he is compared to the big thing, you know? Not saying Godzilla is usually a little guy, but I think in this one, it was what, like, maybe? But, he looked so huge! Okay, let's read the thing now, because we're here to see all the information. Godzilla -0, VFX writing and directed by Takashi Yamazaki. In theaters, November 6th. We're all there. This is a day 1, guys. Follow Godzilla Toho and our updates. GodzillaMovies.com. Godzilla -0 picks up in 1948. 9. 2 years after the tumultuous. I've never seen that word spelled out. Tumultuous events of Godzilla -1. It continues the story of the Shikishima family as they face an all-new calamity. Bro, why is it always them? Haven't they suffered enough? With how the first movie ended, bro. That's the whole. They need a break. They need to get away from this. Already additionally confirmed out of the Cinema Squad. Rinozuki Kamaki, the hero who faced Godzilla's terror in -1, returns as Koichi Shikishima, the GOAT, and is rejoined by Minini Habai as Noriki Oshii. Miraculously struck as the first day. Yeah, that was crazy. And also what happens to her at the this was an IMAX. I'm pretty sure, I think this was said somewhere, that the IMAX, this is the first Godzilla film ever filmed exclusively, yeah, it says filled with IMAX. -0 was shot with terrifying heights, making Godzilla -0 a true cinematic event and not to be missed. Okay, he has They have all my approval in those words right there, for sure. Let's go back and see what we missed. Okay, so this was Toho. Okay, so this is either the events right after or somewhere new that just got rampaged through. So like, but also we hear somebody talking in English, right? What does he say? If their operation fails, maybe they will finally get to use it. Use what? What is what they're using? Are they using what we all think they're going to be using? Is it because it's an English voice actor means it's American talking? Perhaps. Perhaps. This was where it happened though, right? I have an excuse to go back and watch that really amazing movie, guys. It's use pass. I like how it's displayed here. Here is the information about it. Target. I don't know what that says. Japan. Yeah, this was also really great of them. Spoilers for the first movie. How they managed to destroy Godzilla with no one dying. Props to them. Amazing, amazing teamwork and effort and plan by the goats. Right? Is this somewhere else? Okay, there's the boats right there. There's other boats over there. This had to have been. This was where it happened, though, right? Because all steam, the particle effects. I want to say this is where the end of the first movie was. Maybe. A new threat. Okay. What this is yeah. That means a new threat, like new, like very new, like somebody never seen before. Or is it just a new threat being Godzilla returning? And he's the new threat in a sense that he is new now. Who knows? Oh, there's I forgot their names, but oh, there he is over there. I think that's him. And her and she still has the eye patch, which okay, her neck looks good. If you go back at the first movie, something was not right there. But hopefully she's better now. Approaches. Oof. Okay, what is that floating around? Like debris? Because we see in a minute here, stuff is straight up this is indescribable. We have never seen almost anything like this. Oh wow, he's literally flying through the debris. Is this like... Okay. Would this be some sort of power of Godzilla? Is this a new power of his blue power? Some sort of nuclear telekinesis, which I very buy. It is not a power that he has, technically. He has magnetism, but this is something new. It's something I'm very interested in. Okay, so this is that. Good. I remember. I think the description for this part came out and people are like, huh, is that Ghidorah doing that? Because no one else really technically has gravity beams. Well, I guess that could be what's describing what's going on here. Some sort of gravity beam from Ghidorah. But it's blue, signalizing to you guys that this is probably the works of Godzilla's doing. And I see he is not happy with all these houses. Straight up just picking them all up to either slam them down or send them towards him to eat the houses or something. Or maybe not. Maybe it's a rule not to do. Look at this thingy here. This is neat. The way it shimmers. Look at that. That's really cool. Okay, and here's stuff falling down. A whole building falls back there. Okay, we got a ship here. Plane. This is definitely not the first movie. And there he comes from the back. He looks beefier. Honestly, he looks bigger. And not just like proportionally, but also like he looks larger overall. And he hasn't even gotten the water out of his eyes. Oh, I totally get it. I totally get it. This is what he looked like at the very end before he exploded. And now he's keeping that sort of like gooiness close to him. Because I thought that was water that was on him, but because he's so big, he has water on him. But I think most of it is just how his skin looks. Because he looked at the very end of the first movie, before he blew up, he looked very distorted and puffed. Maybe puffed is not the right word. Yeah, like look at this thing poking out here. Maybe that is the right word, actually. Very puffed up. I vibe it. I dig it. He looks very cool and very horrifying. I genuinely care for all the characters in this movie. I hope they make it out okay. Okay, then here we have the Statue of Liberty. What is this doing in the movie? And yeah, why is bro strolling up to see this? Okay. Uh, they trick you here. This is what they tricked you. I like this part where he was generally so horrifying. So he's standing right here, and the lady's Liberty's right here, and we assume he's gonna walk by it from the front, right? Because he's a small guy. He's a little small guy. He's only what 50 meters in the first movie. He steps up. Look how big he looks. And well, okay. We don't know specifically if he's like farther away or he's right here. Like if his hand is literally as big as her body, because it's filmed in such a way to where the perspective, it's tricking you a little bit. I would guess because how. Okay, take it for an assumption. His hand. Okay, his hand is right there. So if he moves, his hand would be, I don't know, as big as this thing. So say his hand is as big as this thing. How big is the rest of him? He's huge! I need to do calculations. How big is the Statue of Liberty? 350 feet, 1 inch, or 92 meters. You hear that, everybody? He's now reached Godzilla's height in 2014. He was pretty big, and now this guy's bigger. Filmed in IMAX 2026. We'll be there. We'll be there. Yeah, he's huge! I cannot stress this enough. He doesn't look as puffy as before. Maybe, okay, maybe when he comes out, that's when this happens. So he originally looks puffy, then he grows more stable, and then he resorts to kind of looking somewhat the same. He looks mostly the same, but I think we'll get a closer look later on. He does still have some scarring though. Look at that there. It's very, very interesting. And also probably one of the strongest we've seen, Godzilla's regeneration. I mean, we all remember the boat scene, but also considering at the end he was kind of left as a pile of mush. And kinda on, never mind. Yeah, that's pretty big. He's pretty big now. I fear for everybody who ever encounters him in this movie. Oh, but yeah, I'm surprised they're still going with. Well, not surprised, but like I'm interested to see what they'll do. That's new technically for this movie. That isn't new for the other one. Because I mean, I wouldn't have minded, if we got a second monster in here, but we're playing it again with Godzilla basically as a new and even more terrifying evolved force. So I guess it took him maybe those 2 years it took for him to properly regenerate and recuperate his body, because he had to regenerate his whole head. So I'm gonna assume that is the reason why it took him this long. So 2 years. That makes sense. Wow. Yeah, pretty good trailer. I'm very interested to see it. I can't wait for this movie. So, yeah, that was my reaction to Godzilla Minus Zero, the trailer, teaser. Well, the first teaser. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to go check out my other stuff. I rated the Godzilla movies one time. Make sure to go check that out, too. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. This has been my reaction to this. And make sure to go check that out in the description below. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. My name is Anday, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Wrong image. Bye.